Our proud sponsors of Royal Outdoor Experience is Baronet Blinds, River's Edge Stands, Strike King, Lew's, Crappie Magnets, Mossy Oak, Foot on the Head Calls, Scent Thief, and Grizzly Sunglasses. Welcome everyone to the Missouri State Fair 2024. We're excited to be in the Midway here where all the action is. We're going to be going over to the Boulder River Outdoors booth here today, and we're going to be looking at the hunting blinds and the duck hunting blinds. So we're going to be deer and duck over there, and we're going to get a chance to talk with them. So hey, stay tuned and you'll get to hear everything that's coming down the pike with Boulder River Outdoors. Hey, welcome everyone to Royal Outdoor Experience. We are out here at the Missouri State Fair, and it's getting ready to rain here, which we need that in Missouri. It's been really dry. I believe the last time that we talked, we were at the World Deer Expo in Birmingham, Alabama, and so we've been moving around doing a lot of things with our sponsors. We apologize if we have any noise going by, but it's just going to be part of it being at the fair. Hey, we're excited to be where we are today, though. We are here with Boulder River Outdoors. This is going to be a new partnership for us. It's going to be an opportunity for us to have a tool that we need, which is hunting blinds. That's what we need. And those are coming in as clients. You're going to have an opportunity to be into these blinds and enjoy a very quality product. But hey, before we get into all those little details and everything, I want to introduce a guest of ours. And this is Sean Doolahary. Am I saying that right?
You did it right.
All right. And Sean's going to help us out a little bit. Sean's a new employee with this company, and he's going to help us out a little bit on the details and all the little things that are going on with this company. But first of all, Sean, thanks for being here. And could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Well, Royal, thanks for having me. I'm from the state of Missouri, grew up in a little tiny town back then, up Lee Summit, up near Kansas City.
Yeah.
Went to college at Central Missouri State and then transferred to Park College up in Parkville. Ended up going into the military and was in the Army Marksmanship Unit for 20 and a half years. And then that's all these medals and things that are in front of you. Those were won overseas and in the United States and throughout the world.
That's awesome, Sean. That's awesome.
So then after that career, I ended up being the coach at Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri for 12 years and coached some of the best shooters in the nation at the high school going into college level, and then became a target manager in the collegiate spectrum. And for a little bit after getting done with that, took a little hiatus for about a year and 3 months or a year and a half and wanted to go back to work. And a friend said, you want to talk to these folks in Sedalia at Allen Fabricators. And Allen Industries, actually. And so happens that I didn't know what I was going to talk about, but the guy said, well, we're starting an outdoor recreation business, and it involves fiberglass duck blinds and deer blinds. So yes, that's what we're doing here at the State Fair, is trying to promote the lines. As you can see in the background, we've got a cutaway duck blind and one of our deer blinds. So we're really, really excited. They're manufactured right here where the State Fair is in Sedalia, Missouri. So we're excited to be here, and I'm really happy to be on the show.
Well, that's awesome. Sean, you have a title. What is your title?
Well, I think he gave me too much of a title, but it's National Sales Manager / Product Manager.
Wow, that's a lot to live up to there, Sean. Now
I better have a lot of ideas, that's for sure.
Oh my! Well, hey, that's great. That's great. And by the way, thank you so much for your service.
Absolutely.
That is so important, and we try to honor our veterans, and we've done several things with Wounded Warriors programs over the years, and just an amazing organization. But so, guys, we always tell you that when you tune into a Royal Outdoor Experience, you know, we are part of Missouri Hunting Fishing Adventures as well. And so, you know, right now, this time of year, everyone's getting excited, and the temperatures have been changing. In fact, I was getting people texting me today that they're putting out cameras and getting everything ready to go for the upcoming season. And so one of the things you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for, hang-ons, ladder stands, shooting houses, and the other thing that's going to happen real soon, which I've already started to see some things happening in the air. A migration is going to start happening, and I saw a good flock of teal the other morning when I was having a cup of coffee by our lake, and I thought to myself, yep, it's starting to happen. And then the other thing I've seen is a lot of movement of dove. And so this little cold spell is going to have a little bit of movement, and we're going to start seeing those things. And then, of course, teal season will be coming up here real soon. So those are some things that everyone's getting excited about. So as we go through this and talk about these things, these are tools that you're going to need and things that you're going to be looking for, and quality is going to be important. And so, Sean, give us a little bit of the background of the actual shooting house that we have here for deer.
Yeah, it's you have a fiberglass interior and a fiberglass exterior with an interior that is a great insulator.
Yep.
It comes in two different configurations. You have the rifle blind, and then you have a combo blind that's all archery and rifle. Some of the things that are a little bit different than some of the others is when you come over and see the interior, you'll notice that it's very, very nicely done.
Yep.
Very, very comfortable. A lot of space for having coffee, your rifle, your bow, what have you. And it's insulated. It's quiet. You can have conversation, mild conversation. You don't really want to spook the deer or bear or what have you.
And the thing that I noticed when I looked at it, it's utilizing the deer view windows.
Yes.
And for those who hunt out of blinds, which we guide out of blinds a lot, your biggest issue in a blind is be able to get that window open quietly to make your shot. And we've used deer view windows for a long time, and they're a very quality window that accesses the outside and seals tightly. The dimensions of this, what are the dimensions, the one that we have here on site?
I don't have them memorized, but I can tell you, to the industry standard, we have, it's very, very appropriately built for two people to be in it.
Yep.
You'd be a little hard pressed on three. But
I think that one may be a 5x6, is just by looking at it. I think it might be a 5x6. And the thing that I like about those dimensions like that for you as a hunter is that it gives you enough room to move around in, and it's not all horizontal movement. You can scoot back from the window. And this is a tip right now. I'm going to throw a tip out from an old guide, is when you're hunting out of a blind, if you can prevent putting the gun or the bow outside the window, your time frame in which you can address your target is going to be a lot longer. As soon as you make movement outside that blind with a gun barrel, crossbow, okay, then all of a sudden now that deer will become alerted, that turkey will become alerted, and your time frame to make the shot will be a lot shorter. When you have something that is a 5x6 like this, or in that octagon type scenario, you can set back far enough from the window and use a crotch stick and be able to make that same shot without alerting your quarry. So that's just something there to think about, and something we talk about with our clients all the time. So that's important. Now, tell me what the resin is here. We have fiberglass, is that correct?
Fiberglass. The paint job is we do at the plant, and it kind of looks like something else that's out there. The pattern,
yeah,
it's very, very close, but it's not exactly that pattern. So we're pretty proud of that. They seem to be very, very well received at the shows. Comparing them to some of those that are on the upper end. I mean, I don't want to dime anybody out. I guess I got to go back when you asked me about the deer blinds. I'm going to be honest. The deer hunting is not exactly why Rich hired me. It's the one that's behind us on the duck hunting side. That's where I spend quite a bit of my time. I mean, we've got some friends.
Let's go there.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about your the pit blind and kind of the things that you, as a duck hunter, and I know that's your expertise, that's your specialty. Tell me about that pit blind and what you think sets that aside from the other ones that are on the market.
Well, I think ducks get conditioned when they're flying around typically in the United States, it doesn't matter what state you're in, everybody makes their blinds rectangular. And when it's off the surface of the earth, that's when they cue in. That doesn't look right. It doesn't look like a tree. It's
So
square.
true.
So when you
So
bury
true.
something in the ground or in the water, it becomes flatter. When they're flying on a horizontal line, it looks like it's just a bump in the road, kind of
Yeah.
like being on the highway or gravel and seeing that pothole before you get to it.
Yep.
So this thing goes in the ground almost right up to the surface of the shooting ports, and then the earth comes on the back side, comes over. So it looks like if you put it into a levee, it just disappears.
Yep.
If you put it in cover, it disappears.
Yep.
The other feature is that this is the first of its type that there is no warranties in any duck blind I've ever seen. We are the first company in the world that is putting a 10-year warranty on it.
Yep.
So when that hatch on top, the shooting port, is bolted down at the end of the season, it becomes 100% waterproof. It will not float away, no water. A lot of guys spend hours on cleanup from the time the season ends till the spring, and then you've got snakes, you've got feces, you've got all sorts of stuff.
Get the
inside.
bilge pump out, boys.
That's it, and it won't get it all. It'll only get a little bit of it. So we're very, very proud of the fact that it's to save a lot of labor time,
Yeah.
because some of these big outfitters and some big clubs, they're spending hours cleaning them up.
Oh, yeah.
The other good thing is I got to looking at it at the last show, and where we hang the ladder that you get in and out of the blind, it goes on the wall. Well, if you remove that off of the linear pegs that the ladders hang on,
Yep.
if we're going to be doing this, we'll be making a rod that goes the full span of the blind. So at the end of the season, you hang the rod up, and then you take your carabiners and your floating decoys or field decoys, hang them up through a bag or what have you.
Yep.
Where once you close that at the end of the season, you don't have to transport them in the trailer back to the barn or back to the house or the basement. It's a one time you touch them is to put them out and pick them up.
Uh-huh.
It becomes a storage unit.
Well, that's a neat little feature, you know. The thing that, you know, when I've traveled around and hunted in a lot of different places is, you know, storage space is always an issue, you know, and then to have something that is water sealed is so important, because there's always, like we said, there's always water, dirt, mud, everything that gathers down there. And then I think the other feature that I like about it is that, you know, you have plenty of shooting room coming up out of that, you know, when you're stepping up in it and be able to step out. And that was the first thing I looked for, was shoulder room so that I could swing, you know, so I could move. And that, you know, that always is an issue, especially if you have two big broad guys like us shoulder to shoulder there trying to swing. It cuts down your movement. You know, I think that people really need to look these products over. They really need to give them some opportunities. Sean, where can they go to as far as websites or places to call and things? Give them some information that maybe they can.
We're trying to be at as many things as we can right now early on. We
Yep.
think that the popularity of it will grow really fast. Now that we have one in the ground and have the video of how to put it in the ground, it's going to be key. But you can go to www.boulderriveroutdoors.com.
Okay.
And you can investigate. We also have information sheets here with us while we're at the state fair to hand out to people if they're interested in a deer blind or a duck blind. There was something else I was going to add. As you can see, the interior of the blind has strategically been worked on. And I noticed I'm 6 foot tall, so when you're standing there, if you're in the calling spot, you can put one knee on the upper part, and your eyes are just flush with the top of the opening that you shoot out of. So you're still down inside the blind, so you've got cover, which is a very, very important part.
That's so important too. That is so important. You know, so often when I'm guiding people, you know, there's times that I'll expose myself just to get an idea of what's moving around us and everything. But I'm constantly telling people, you know, don't look up. Stay down in the boat. Stay down in the blind. You know, keep your coffin closed, you know, because so often people, and it's the same way with deer hunting, they don't see the ducks or the deer or the animal, but they've already seen you.
It's 100%.
And it's all over with. And it's too late. And so you sit there and it's, you know, we always call it the 9 o'clock flight, you know. Someone's got to go use the restroom, you know.
Pouring the coffee,
And put the bacon on. And as soon as that happens, I guarantee you're going to get caught. You're going to get caught.
If there hasn't been anything going on in the morning and you decide it's time to get the griddle out and start cooking, that's when the ducks are going to come. That's almost a guarantee.
And anyone that's ever hunted with me, I will tell them as soon as I do that, this is the best call that I can use. It's better than any hail call or feed chuckle, because I'm telling you, as soon as I do this, they're coming. They're coming. Oh, I tell you, it's going to be exciting working with you guys. We're going to have a ball. I can tell that already. Hey, guys, one of the things too that you need to think about when you're reviewing these things and looking for a purchase is, you know, not only is, you know, the warranty is important, but the customer service is going to be important. And so, you know, the people that we work with, they always have to kind of make a criteria that they're good people, and they're people that we feel like that we're going to be comfortable in working with and trusting them to help us out. And it's a two-way street, you know, it's a two-way street. And so same way as a consumer, as you start looking at these products, you're going to have people that have been in the resin fiberglass business for years and years. This is an offshoot of what they're starting to do, but they are creating a product based off of a lot of experience, and they're going to be there for you when you're wanting, you know, that window needs to be replaced, or hey, we got a crack here, or something of the nature that may happen. You just never know, but they're going to be there for you, and I think that's going to be important. Phone numbers. We need to share some phone numbers. Is there some phone numbers that they can share?
Yeah, you can contact me directly, being the National Sales Manager, area code 706-593-4643. But Royal, I wanted to add one more thing that I actually forgot while we were talking. That port where the people that are hunting shoot out of isn't just one-dimensional. A lot of times when you're guiding, you've got maybe perhaps inexperienced shooters.
Yep.
You want them focused out front.
Oh, yeah.
But this one, for those that are a little bit more advanced, this has a 360 capability. So if the birds, how many times have you been out hunting and all of a sudden the wind was blowing from the south and all of a sudden it turned to the north? Mm-hmm. You have to have that opportunity to be able to adjust with wind, and this blind 100% gives you that.
And how many times on your first shots, then they'll turn and bank up in behind you.
100%.
And so just as soon as you open up on them, you got to be able to follow them. And so you're able to follow them all the way around. That's a great point. That is a really good point. In fact, you know, an individual that you know that we were hunting down in Tennessee, their setup that they had on their blind, you were able to shoot behind you. And so often we ended up having to take our last shot behind us because they'd be right in our face, and then they'd come right up over us, and the next thing you know, you had to turn around, you know. And that's a great asset when you're swinging through your birds. Anything else you think it's important that we need to share?
Actually, I do, because of the clay target. You asked me about my career in the clay target shooting. One of the things we're going to do with Boulder River and NISCA is the club that I belong to with Rick Allen. We are going to have the first sporting clay shoot that every shot that you will be shooting will be in a duck blind of some kind. Okay. So there will be probably 12 to 14 different blinds, some above ground, some below ground, some from the ground, like if you're in a cornfield. That's never been done before, and it'll be oriented for those that duck hunt, not necessarily the high-end sporting clay shooter. This is so guys can get out there and actually have the experience from.
So guys like me that miss a lot, so we can go out there and kind of shoot a little bit. That I may get an invite to this, guys. I may get an invite. Yeah.
We'll have some stations. But I have heard stories, and this is a joke. Don't anybody think that I'm serious, but I've heard that Royal is outstanding on, you know, they say that it was invented in Arkansas, but I know that Royal pots them on the water, so it should be called Missouriing them. I'm just kidding on that.
The Arkansas shot was invented, definitely. Wasn't invented by me, though. Hey, guys, we're getting a lot of background noise here. It's starting to rain a little bit more. we're going to go ahead and close here, but I want to invite you to come out to the Missouri State Fair. And the Missouri State Fair will be running. This is the first day of the fair. It'll be running for 10 days, so it'll go till the 18th. And they're located here with a booth here at the Missouri State Fair, which is setting just in front of the theater, the Moag Theater. And so you can be on Main Street, walk down Main Street, even with the Moag Theater, and they're located right here. And you can come up, Sean and Caitlin and Rich and all the people will be here to help you. And I'll be here tomorrow night for about 4 or 5 hours, and we're going to have a ball here. In fact, I believe tonight we got Foreigner playing. So, Sean, he'll be doing the boot, scoot, and boogie out here and getting
hot-blooded, baby. Hot-blooded.
That's right. That's right. Hey, thanks for tuning in to our podcast, and we'll also be posting on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.